Yo, welcome back to Heartbeat Arena episode 57, where we keep it 100% all facts, no cap. And yes, Happy New Year! Did you miss me? You thought we was gonna let them get all the action and us not say nothing? No! We back! It's your boy Trillionaire Chuck. In today's episode, we're diving into some heavy hitting topics. We're talking Joy Taylor's lawsuit and the ethics of workplace relationships. The Shaq and Dwight Howard beef is been reignited. And as always, you know we save the best for last. Relationship talk. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on all notifications. Why? Because we keep it raw. And every episode is packed with the kind of truth that'll make you rethink everything. You know Trillionaire Chuck not finna play with y'all, so let's get into it. So, Joy Taylor lawsuit and the ethics of workplace relationships, right? Sources from CBS Sports report on October 2024. Joy Taylor, co-host of a major sports network, has recently been hit with allegations regarding workplace misconduct. The case claims that Taylor engaged in sexual relationships with coworkers, including high-ranking executives and prominent on-air personalities, to advance her career. Names mentioned in the allegations includes executives John Stevens and Michael Harper, as well as sports anchor David Reynolds, right? Now, these claims have been thrown in the network into a frenzy, right? With some coworkers coming to her defense and others remaining basically remaining silent, right? But let's just break it down, y'all. So, Taylor's lawsuit involves allegations of favoritism and unethical workplace conduct. According to the plaintiff's complaint, these relationships, while consensual, created an environment where promotions and opportunities were perceived as being based on personal relationships rather than merit. That's crazy, right? That's just crazy, right? This has reportedly caused tension and distrust amongst other employees, right? So, the situation has sparked debates about women in the workplace, right? Critics argue that actions like these set women back decades, right? Perpetuating, basically just being just like the stereotypes that success is achieved through personal relationships rather than talent or merit. That's basically what it's dating back to. So, like, supporters of Taylor argue that she's being unfairly targeted, of course, right? Every time a woman gets in the media, oh, she's just being mistreated and unfairly targeted and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And that consensual relationship should not overshadow her professional contributions. Man, look, when you're at the workplace, okay, no fraternizing. Man, it's work. You go to work and you go home. This is why you can't have relationships at the workplace. Everybody in your business, right? But this has nothing to do with the fact of the sex being consensual. It was the fact she was having sex to get promoted, right? When people get promoted, it's supposed to be off talent, off merit, off of achievements, off of hitting goals. But you mean to tell me you could just slut your way to the top and not have no type of achievements, no type of merit, very little, if not no talent, and still shine and make six or seven figures? Basically, they're trying to say, hey, promote me here, I do this to you and do that to you. And now, even though guys kind of still look at it like that when certain women be in positions, when we're like, they don't know what they doing, because when we see the work that they do, how lazy they are at doing it, or they're always complaining about the workload and stuff. Yeah, she slept with the boss. That's the only reason she got that promotion, right? But here is the question: is it okay to have sex with coworkers to get to the top? No. When was that ever okay, right? When was that ever okay? for women and men, right? Because, you know, if you got a female boss and if you're the guy she's fucking on, right? And you move to the top, the minute another dude, what do you think will happen if you piss her off? Guess what? You're getting fired, right? You're getting fired. This is why stuff like this should not go on in the workplace, right? But factually, workplace relationships are not inherently unethical if they are consensual, right? And adhere to the company policies. But however, power dynamics and favoritism can create conflicts, right? Undermine trust and damage professional reputations. In this case, Taylor's actions, if true, could have far-reaching consequences for how women's success is perceived, overshadowing, you know, their genuine talent and merit, right? This is what we mean when we said she set them back, because everybody's gonna look at a woman, especially a black woman, on how she got the position she got. Let it be a high-ranking position, you know, partner in a firm, became a judge, right? Top captain of the police unit, anything. How did she get it? How did she get the connections? What did she have to do? What favors did she have to do? Because if they're not noticing your work, that's what they're gonna think. That's what they're gonna think. It's like it's been thought about, right? But you know, it was like kind of swept under the rug. But now it's magnified now, right? I mean, she put herself in a tough situation. She put herself in a tough situation, like especially like the stylist, like when the stylist told her, the hairstylist told Miss Taylor that, hey, such and such Dixon grabbed my buttocks. For Taylor to say, hey, shut up and get over it, like, whoa, that's kind of crazy there. To tell somebody, hey, shut up, get over it, like this is supposed to happen, like this is the norm. Like, no. But see, I got a problem though, and this is my problem, right? When it comes to these types of cases, it's all a money grab, because if it in fact is true, why wasn't this brought out as soon as it happened, right? Why wait until now? That's the problem I had. Just like with Deshaun Watson, when all those women and the women he was getting massages from, they were like, oh, he touched me inappropriately and blah, 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 to try to get the money from him, when in fact they were lying. And that's the thing. See, these types of women make it hard for men to trust women, because a man of high power or high value, when I say high power, they got the money, they got the name, they got the fame, and they're doing right in the community and everything in that nature. And then you got women that come up and, you know, it's hard for men to trust them, because, you know, one slip up, one false move, stuff like this can happen, right? Like I said, we're gonna stay on top of this, right? I said this in my live, man, we will stay on top of this, because this is downright wrong. As far as the Skip Bayless thing goes, I strongly feel Skip ain't offered that woman a 1.5 mil or whatever mil it was, okay? He did not offer that to her, all right? Money grab. Skip is cheap and Skip is married. Skip loses more money if he cheats. Why would he want to run that risk, right? He's on TV every day, right? With FS1, with Undisputed. Why would he? No. So it's sad. It's sad, right? But all you have to do, if she really knows sports and she really has a personality for TV, the next time she's on air, or go look at her old videos where she talks sports, right? How does she look? Does she look engaged? Does she look like she knows what she's talking about? Does she even look like she studied the sport or the topics? If all those answers is no, there's your valid point. Man, skip valid point. There's your answer. Yes, she probably slept her way to the top, right? You could be a dummy and be in a high position, right? But we're going to take a quick commercial break. Stay tuned. Don't go nowhere. We're back. So let's get into the next topic of the show. Okay, let's talk about this Shaq and Dwight Howard beef, okay? Now, for those that don't know, let's bring it back. Remember the dunk contest that Dwight Howard was in when he jumped over, I think he jumped over Nate Robinson, or Nate Robinson. Anyway, it was a Superman dunk. He jumped over somebody, I believe, right? And he came out with the Superman outfit on. And when he won the dunk contest, the crowd, this is Orlando Magic Dwight Howard. The crowd, the fans, was calling him Superman, right? Well, there's another person that played in Orlando. Then when he became a free agent, he went to the Lakers, right? That man's name is Shaquille O'Neal. And he was called Superman. He was called many a thing, right? Many a nicknames, right? So this beef has been simmering for years now, and fans are still divided on the matter, right? So, like I said, Shaq had was popularized during his NBA career, right? Okay. Dwight Howard, as mentioned before, was dubbed Superman after the dunk contest, okay? So when Shaq got wind of that, and he threw shade on Dwight Howard over his achievements, particularly questioning his dominance as a big man in the NBA, right? And now, recently, the feud reignited after Dwight Howard played in Taiwan, with Shaq, criticizing Dwight Howard's move as a downgrade, and then Dwight Howard clapping back about Shaq's lack of support for younger players. So it's been like this whole back and forth thing all over the nickname of Superman, right? Now, before I ask my question, right, to you all, okay, how a basketball player, how anybody gets their nickname is we just don't keep it sports related. How athletes get their nickname is from the fans, right? Or from teammates, okay? Gilbert Arenas alluded to this on Gil's Arena because they touched on the topic. I'm gonna go a little bit deeper though. They said fans give players their nicknames, right? But teammates also give players their nicknames. To me being an ex-basketball player, I play for fun. One athlete by the name of Kobe Bean Bryant was the only one that gave himself a nickname. He called himself the Black Mamba. He said, I want to be called the Black Mamba, because he was sitting there researching, doing all this stuff, and that's what stuck with him, right? And fortunately, that's what everybody called him, right? So let's dive into the question. Is Dwight Howard the real Superman? I put this question up on my personal YouTube channel. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and follow Trillionaire Chuck so you can get all the lives when I do go live, okay, and talk about topics. Be sure to subscribe so you can and hit the bell notification. You can get all the notifications and everything of that nature. So, is Dwight Howard the real Superman? While Howard has made significant contributions to the game, including multiple Defensive Player of the Year awards, I think he got like 3 of those, and leading Orlando to the NBA Finals, the title of Superman is still subjective. Shaq's dominance and charisma made the nickname iconic, but Howard's career merits respect in its own right. I mean, ultimately, the comparison does a disservice to both players' unique contributions. I mean, when you really think about it, yes, Dwight took the Orlando Magic to the finals. Dwight won a championship with the Lakers. He won one championship, right? But Shaq got 4 championships, right? Shaq is like the leader of all big men. That's what he says. He's the leader of all big men. So if he doesn't give you the nod to use the nickname Superman, that pisses Shaq off, right? That pisses Shaq off. It's like Giannis. When he was calling Giannis Superman, right? He gave Giannis the nod to have that. But he still goes by the Greek Freak, right? This beef is petty, y'all. It is very, very petty because both of them are great in their own right. Shaq said it himself. You know, he shouldn't have left Orlando. That was one, right? He felt he owed Penny Hardaway a title. Two, he should have stayed in better shape. He wished he would have stayed in better shape because people would still will put his name as, one of the GOATs. Shaq lives with that. And I think it stems from just a sense of hurt because his career could have been way better had he took the game more serious, meaning keeping his weight down and staying in shape, right? Dwight Howard, he took the game serious. That's why he got those defensive players of the year. That's why he was able to take the team to the finals. Granted, he could have developed his skill a little bit better, but he went to Taiwan. He stayed in shape. He stayed playing basketball, stayed in shape. I'm surprised the team ain't picked Dwight Howard up. Just like I'm always surprised when DeMarcus Cousins is not back in the NBA. Because that brother got game, and that brother is a bully. And you need that in today's NBA. That's what you need in today's NBA. But to answer the question, is Dwight Howard the real Superman? Obviously, no. That title still goes to Shaquille O'Neal for his pure dominance and the imprint and the impact he's made and had on the game. If it wasn't for Shaquille O'Neal, you probably would still have more centers, but because Shaq came in the game and because he was so dominant, because he was so physical, right? Guy said, I'm not guarding that dude, and that's how you got all these stretch forwards now. But we're gonna take a quick commercial break. Stay tuned. Don't go nowhere. Okay, so we have an interesting topic to talk about today in the year 2025, okay? So, here is the question. What are some common myths about relationships that need to be debunked? Right? Well, let's go over them, shall we? Here's the first one. Love is enough to make a relationship work. Now, love is crucial, but successful relationships also require communication, trust, compromise, and shared values. You guys have to have something in common that you value. Time, money, dates, stuff like that, successful careers, wanting a family, stuff that you gotta have shared. Love by itself, not gonna just make it work. So that's one. Okay. The second one, couples should never go to bed angry, right? While resolving conflicts is important, sometimes taking time to cool off before addressing issues leads to healthier outcomes. Now, I feel like one of the things I used to always tell the women I dated, I do not like going to sleep mad or pissed off. I'd rather solve it, right? Let's talk it out. Let's try to come to an understanding, right? Because going to sleep angry, that never really works out. It never works out in the favor of the man or the woman, But that's one I feel like, yeah, it's always best to talk it out. Never go to sleep mad. That's just how I feel, okay? Last but not least, your partner should fulfill all your needs. It's unrealistic to expect one person to meet every emotional, social, and intellectual need. Maintaining friendships and hobbies outside the relationships is essential. That one right there is probably why people cheat. Because they be like, because this is what do you always hear? Oh, they're not meeting my needs. They don't stimulate me enough intellectually, or we don't talk as much as we used to, or the emotion is just not there. Look, ladies, the man cannot meet every single one of your freaking needs, right? Y'all need to still hang with your friends and still have hobbies outside of the relationship. Even if the hobby is going to the gym, god dang it, take your silly butt to the gym. If your hobby is reading a book, still read the book. Okay? Sheesh. You know, if you want more insight, you can check out Psychology Today, Debunking Relationships Myths in 2024, and Healthy Relationships, a blog by Dr. Emily Johnson. That was dated last year in 2024 as well. Those are like where I got what the myths are and what they were saying is, like I said, the only one for me is like love is never enough to keep a healthy, long-lasting relationship. No, gotta communicate, gotta compromise. You gotta have something in common, right? Quality in your partner over quantity, okay? Vet them. They don't gotta be a 10, okay? And looks fade. What qualities do he or she bring to your life? Ladies, I know this is gonna be hard because you're gonna be like, oh, well, he brings money. Nah, that ain't it. That ain't it. What qualities does this person bring? Does he, when he's stressed, when he's mad, is he one that's quick to anger, or is he one that calms down, assess, and solves problems, right? Is the person punctual on time with things? Is the person trustworthy, right? When they say they're gonna do something, they do it. How good is their communication skills with you? When they talk to you, do they talk calmly to you? Do they try to help you understand situations that are going on in the relationship, right? Or are they just yelling and screaming every single chance they get? Value. Fellas, just because she got a big butt, big tits, yeah, nah. Does this woman listen to you? Does she follow you? Does she follow your lead? Value. Hey, if I send her to the restaurant, if I send her to Harold's Chicken, she know how I want my wings. That's paying attention to detail. Ladies, that's huge to a dude. That is huge to a dude. Can't be selfish in relationships. You can't. And then always talk it out. Whatever issues y'all face, always talk it out. Try not to go to bed angry, okay? But don't try to resolve the issue while both of you all are mad, okay? So, I mean, at the end of the day, relationships, like life, are about balance and understanding. Keep challenging the myths and building stronger bonds. But that's my show for today. It's your host, Trillionaire Chuck, reminding you to love yourself and each other. Oh, gee, I almost forgot. See, we're in 2025. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll catch you next time on Heartbeat Arena. Peace.